Shalom, this is David DeBow broadcasting from my bedroom where I've been for the past week. It's Parshat Mishpatim, and I'd like to challenge you with a question and an approach and leave you with a couple thinking questions and maybe a prize or two. Here it goes. Parshat Mishpatim. We are, according to Rashi, at least right after Yom Kippur, meaning we've had the Luchos, we've had Chet Egel, we've had forgiveness and the second set of Luchot, and now now Moshe has come down and is ready to give a whole slew of mitzvot and teach the nation. I want to talk about the composition of all of these mitzvot. They seem to be kind of a hodgepodge. If we try to define them into categories like more universal, understandable laws like theft and returning lost objects, we find them mixed up with religious ideas. Don't let witches live, or keep Sabbath, or keep the Shemitah year, or Pesach. So the simple secular versus religious, that divide is not going to work. According to Rabbi Menachem Leibtag, the way to parse up the Parsha is by looking at certain forms of the laws, the categories in which they come. So let me explain. We have laws that have principles. For example, do not oppress the stranger because you were strangers yourselves in Egypt. We have principles like, don't take bribes because bribes cloud your thinking. So, because clauses is one category of laws to look at. Another is imperatives. Imperatives are do this or don't do that. Absolute and categorical. For example, do not accept a false report. Period. No reason, no if, buts, or anything like that. Do not accept a false report. And the third category is case law. Case law is if, then. If this happens, then you do that. And case law takes the form in this parsha of when you dig a hole, if someone falls into it, then you have to pay. When you encounter your enemy's ox wandering and lost, then you should return it to him. If, then. So here's the question. Take a look at the parsha and tell me, A, what's the pattern? Are we moving mostly from case law to imperatives or from imperatives to case law? And what is the principles that we learn along the way? Where are those principles mixed in? That's question number one. Question number two, what law is found at the transition point? Meaning we have one moving to the other, and there's an interesting law, I think rather suggestive and surprising, at the switching point. What law is that? And question number three, and here I'd really like to hear your thinking. What's it all mean? Why should we start with one kind of law and move to another kind of law? And why are specific laws there at the switching point? What does this pattern teach us? What does it teach us about the law? What does it teach us about Har Sinai? What does it teach us about the Torah? What's more important? What leads to the other? That's what I want you to think about. Shabbat Shalom. If you could PM me, private message me, I know what that means, the specific questions, then I can give prizes to the people because those have very clear and specific answers. So to repeat those specific questions, are we moving from case law to imperatives or imperatives to case law? That's a specific question. Number two is, which mitzvah stands at the transition? Very clear, cut and dry kind of questions. If you want to record a message, you want to give me a kind of ideas, your own ideas on what that means, that I'd love to hear. I would love to hear what one leads to the other and what meaning it makes. That could be a longer message, however you want to send it to me, that'd be great. The first 4 girls who send me a correct answer to my specific cut and dry questions will get a prize. Good luck, Shabbat Shalom, and enjoy the snow.